Maybe that's a little better. What is going on, guys? I know it's a little dark right now. I'm sitting in the parking lot of Kroger's. That's a grocery store where I live, where a buddy of mine is in there buying some shit. Anyways, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Chicago trip. We went to North Chicago, of course, to see my son graduate boot camp, which when we did get there after 7 long hours of smelling cigarette smoke, which I can't stand, but it was still worth it. We get there now. There's toll booths and shit. We didn't expect none of this. So, it was crazy. It was a long trip. I didn't want you guys to take that lightly, like, oh, they just jumped. They're in Chicago. No. Didn't happen like that. So we get in 4 o'clock in the morning. We weren't planning on renting a motel for that day because we thought we were going to get in much later, actually. But it didn't happen like that. We had to pay for it. It cost us like $74 a night, and the last night was like $90-something. Now that was crazy. But anyways, the hotel was red carpet, I think, and it was pretty sick. It had a upstairs and then a downstairs. There was actually 3 beds, and the people that went were me, my mother, my sister, my wife, and my 2 kids. Of course, I do have 3. That live with me, not live with me anymore because Austin is not with me. He's in the Navy. Anyways, we get, to Chicago and everything, North Chicago. And we get to this hotel and everyone gets a couple hours sleep but me. I didn't get no sleep. I stayed up. I was excited. We get in there to the base. I got searched. They do random searches. They searched me. Of course, I didn't have nothing on me. I mean, I'm not stupid. I'm deadly, but I'm not stupid. Anyways, guys, I get in there and we watch this long show. Now, my son's not there. Of course, his girlfriend shows up and our whole family. We weren't all supposed to get in to see him, but we did. So everyone that went actually got to go to his graduation. It was so awesome. And we went, so far to get there that I guess they felt that maybe we deserved that. So me and my wife got to see our baby boy. He's so big now. Anyways, after the graduation, we got to actually see him. He was the glass holder. If anyone's been in the Navy, you know what I'm talking about. It's the front door holder. They all have their, what they got to do, and that's what they had to do. So they didn't march, him and a couple other guys. So when we finally saw him, it was awesome. He graduated, and we went and got his coins he bought, and then he bought some pictures and everything else. If you're interested in seeing them, let me know. Maybe I can post them. There are some really good pictures of him being in the Navy in his uniform and everything else. I'm so proud of my son. Anyways, all that being said, we ended up picking him up. We went out to dinner to this place called Full Moon. Everybody had what they wanted to eat, and after we filled up, we went back to the hotel for a little bit, and then we took him back to base. Next morning, we picked him up. We ended up going bowling. Now, I'll tell you what, that was fun. I ain't been bowling in a long time, and I'm sore afterwards, but that's actually where I filmed the one video with him standing there, was right there. I filmed it right in front of it. It's the Brunswick Bowling Alley, something like that. And we had a really good time in there. Afterwards, we went and got some McDonald's, and then we took him back to base. Next morning, we had to leave early, so whoa, I skipped the mall, I think. Okay, the Gurney Mall. We went to the Gurney Mall the first day.
Second.
No, the first day, or the second day, you're right. We went to the Gurney Mall. After we went to the Gurney Mall,
we went bowling.
Then we went bowling. Okay, so I mixed it up a little bit, but it's because we had so much fun. It just all intertwined. And when we went to the mall, he bought some LeBrons for $80. And there's some sick LeBrons. If you're interested in seeing them, let me know. I can have him send me a pic and we can post it on the YouTube. Just, to follow up on the story. But there were some sick LeBrons. He even bought his mom a pair of shoes, and I thought that was really sweet of him. And he bought himself, I think an outfit or two. And
he sported at Bath and Body Works.
We went to take him back to base that last day because we had to leave early. So we picked him up at 6 o'clock, and we got to spend a couple hours with him. We dropped him back off at base, and we got to go into the store that they got called the Next, and it was pretty badass. And we don't feel so bad for him. You know, my wife was crying a little bit, and I was a little upset, and that's because we were leaving our baby up there that, you know, we raised from nothing, you know, to where he's everything. You know, we've been there for him his whole life, and we were walking away. So that's a little sad, but we also got to see he's in really good hands. There's a lot of respectful people where he's at. I really feel the Navy is where he belongs, and he chose well. Anyways, guys, the ride back from Chicago was crazy. It was very long, but we made it back all right, and we have some really good memories. I would like to thank the Red Carpet. They were a great motel down there in North Chicago. We were right next to a speedway and, you know, a couple other restaurants. So everything was around us. I just wasn't used to paying tolls and stuff like that. So, you know, it was pretty much North Chicago we were in, and we didn't get a chance to go to Sears Tower, but we did see it, so that was pretty nice too. Hopefully you guys like my little story about my trip to Chicago. If you did, put a big like down below. Don't forget to sub if you like the content. That way you can see much more. And guys, by all means, please, down below, let me know what you'd like to see more of on this YouTube channel. Would you like to see more vlogs, more gameplay? What would you like to see? I would like to please you guys, the viewers, and I can't do that unless you give me your opinions. So until next time, go ahead and stay deadly. I will talk to y'all next video. Oh, by the way, God bless the U.S. Navy, and God bless all the men and women that serve for this country. All lives matter. Hashtag